Like, I mean, it's on. However much you're addicted
Massively.
is how much you're going to struggle with the new.
That's very true. That is very true. How much you're attached to it.
In my regeneration rides, I use spirals, and the spirals that I'm talking about are golden mean spirals. So yesterday, I think it was yesterday, I mean, who fucking knows really? Previously on Fringe, at Casaveras, I was doing I call them pump and dumps, when I sit in Ramu tent and pump the shit out of it and I get a dump download. So I was doing a pump and dump. And all of a sudden, this whole fucking thing came to me on DNA. Because as I said, I'd been doing this spiraling. So what it is it's like from the very centre of essence, I begin the spirals. When I'm regenerating a cell, I begin the spirals. As I've done with you, we've activated, or whatever you want to say, the algorithms and logarithms of the golden mean within this physical vehicle. So since then, of course, our anti-aging has begun, amongst a few other things, Darls. It's not just that, but blah, blah.
Yeah.
So the pump and dump I got really clearly was DNA is in fact a spiral. But what I'm talking about is a single golden mean spiral. It has no beginning. It has no end. Fibonacci has a beginning and an end. Right? Now, when I was getting it, or when it was coming to me, it was like I could see that it was a single strand, literally. Remember how when we first got into Soul Star, it was like we just found there was no macabre. It was just this single spiral. This whole, so it's like that macrocosm into the microcosm. So when I go into the cell in regeneration, this spontaneous spiraling to activate the DNA. Now, see, this is the other thing. This whole activate the DNA, no. I've never been into it, as we know. I think activating it's like, what the fuck, right? Opening it. Now, for a while, as I've said, we've had a video on it, we're into opening the DNA. And I just kept going with that feeling of opening the DNA because, I'm following what I'm feeling. So as that whole opening of the DNA has happened, or is happening, it's unlocking the codes by opening it, not activating it, opening it. Now, in that, we see traditionally we have the two strands of DNA that are joined by those ladders, right? And it's twisted.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what's represented to us as our DNA. So I'm saying that RNA is synthetic and introduced, and what it is that is the codes that run the moon is hitting us with to give us another DNA strand. Wait a minute. Another DNA strand, that's the reflection and inversion. That's the thing that ages you. That's the thing that keeps you static, and it's run by that RNAs, right? The idea is that you've got your true DNA, organic no timeline, whatever the fuck, unco-opted, is in fact a golden mean spiral. It has no beginning, no end, and it contains memories from all parts, like from essence, all dreamings, everywhere you've ever been, right? That's the idea. DNA memories. Sorry, I just got another message and it's fucking throwing me. I love that. So, so here it is, right? Here's your spiral. And, everyone's like, how does this work? How does this work? So it's like this macabre, right? It's signalling the RNA with the programming of what best way to put it. So what I'm saying is, here's your spiral. The RNA is the thing that holds the inversion.
That's massive.
So what were you going to say before we were cut off from AI agreeing with us?
Oh, I had this because
you were getting excited.
Yeah, I was, because it just kind of, realization of something or just an interesting aspect. The golden mean just kind of goes like this and it goes out forever, right? But the actual actual DNA strand that we've got, it sort of twists upon itself, and there's almost like an inversion within it as well, because it doesn't actually kind of looks back on itself at some points. I just find it to be, when I look at it, even with the lines being so straight, it's like anywhere there is a line, it's like alarm bells for me. So the whole thing, I can see what you mean.